isn't even there. I've had the rest of you, now I want the best of you. I don't care if that's not fair, cause I want it all. Hey everyone, how's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez. I'm coming at you today with a VeVe, OMI, Definity, DEVVE, daCat, Shiro, everything else DMC update video. Guys, if you're new, welcome. For not, welcome back. I love y'all. Everyone say hello to Dashi. Hello, Dashi. Commenting, liking, and subscribing is a free way to help support the channel. Non-free ways are Patreon, smashing the super thanks button down below, super chats as well. Crazy week and a half here. We've got let's take a look at, oh god, there's safety first, right? Remember that episode of Rocko's Modern Life where they're in this like triathlon, they're in this like race, and it's like a driving race, and then they're Filbert, who's just like freaking Mr. Safety over there. He's like in the middle of the race, like, okay, tire pressure check, mirrors check, and Rocco's like, do we really have time for this? And Phil's like, please, Rocco, there's always time for safety. There's always time for safety over here. Who is this? Oh, Jessica. Okay, copy. Sorry, we have to finish this text message real quick. Oh shit. Okay, first thing is first is we have Charles guy from Ledger saying there's a large-scale supply chain attack in progress. The NPM account of a reputable developer has been compromised. Repeat, they have been compromised. The affected packages have already been downloaded over 1 billion, with a B as in Bravo, already been downloaded over 1 billion times, meaning the entire JavaScript ecosystem may be at risk. The malicious payload works by silently swapping crypto addresses on the fly to steal funds. If you use a hardware wallet, pay attention to every transaction before signing and you're safe. If you don't use a hard wallet, refrain from making any on-chain transactions for now. It's still unclear whether the attacker is also stealing seeds from software wallets directly at this stage. I could just go to the actual, oh, maybe I can't. Okay, yeah, I can go to the actual thing over here. So there is a report at JD Sterk at .substack.com/p/we-just. Okay, basically, anatomy of a 1 billion download NPM supply chain attack. You can go read that if you need. Basically, Charles Guillaume says, if you use a ledger or hardware wallet with clear signing, you are not at risk. My tweet above is warning people who do not use a hardware wallet with clear signing of the risk. Always review every transaction before you sign. So long story short, everyone who's going in and signing things all willy-nilly, just be careful, make sure the wallet address matches. There's a lot of other people going on today and just saying like, hey, crypto should pump because nobody can sell. Fair point, but did we pump? I don't think so. It is going to affect potentially all chains, says Charles. This is a few hours ago that he had said this. This does sound like a way where DEVVE, where it doesn't take custody of your crypto, this would come in handy. There's a couple of things that I have to go over with DEVVE today. And I guess we'll start there. So this is from Reuters. If NASDAQ's proposal is approved, and once the central clearing agency's infrastructure is live, investors could buy a share on NASDAQ and have it settle in token form without changing how orders are routed, priced, surveilled, or reported. US investors could see the first token settled trades of securities by the end of the third quarter of 2026, assuming the depository trust company's infrastructure is in place by then, NASDAQ said. Now, this, and again, this is exactly what DEVVE does. This is exactly what they're planning to do. We don't know what NASDAQ is one of the agencies that was kind of on the short list. Like, okay, is it London Exchange? Is it Beijing Exchange? Is it New York Stock Exchange? Again, NASDAQ was on there as well. Not that I was led to believe, but I was assuming that it wasn't a US-based exchange. We know it was a stock exchange, but NASDAQ seems to be like this. If it looks like a duck, walks like a duck, and quacks like a duck, probably a freaking duck. This has DEVVE smell all over it. And I know it's ironic because I don't have a sense of smell, but it just tastes like it's DEVVE. And obviously you're not going to get any confirmation from any side, but there's an episode of Spin City, where the dude, he plays Ira in Young Sheldon. He plays Marv on Burn Notice. He's the guy that's a hypochondriac on Scrubs. Like oh God, what's the dude's name? Okay, hold on. Spin City cast. Richard Kind. This dude. You know who he is. He's what's his name from the freaking emotional movie with the emotions. He's that one that kind of sacrifices himself from the anyway, long story short. His name's not Dobby. Long story short, there's an episode of Spin City where as he's calling someone on his cell phone, his office phone rings, and it's like, they hung up. Oh, let me try it again. Oh, who's calling me? Hangs up. It's like, they must have hung up. And he's talking about being able to put 2 and 2 together. And it was a funny scene. I know it doesn't sound like it now, but it was a funny scene. It was such a great show. Oh God, that is like prime Heather Locklear. Like, she didn't come into like the later seasons, but Heather oh my God, such a beautiful freaking woman. Anyway, if I'm putting 2 and 2 together, what NASDAQ's proposing here is I don't know any other blockchain. I don't know any other thing. Give me one sec here. Let me give my mans. The fuck is my mans? Okay. Bagels. Fuck. Yeah. Sent. Oh, I don't want to unlock a bonus offer. Okay. Oh gosh. Sent pay. Okay. I only call like I call everyone Bay. So if I call you Bay, it doesn't really mean anything. I mean, it does, but not really. Anyway, this sounds like DEVVE, like through and through. Give me a sec here. I'm gonna do something really stupid. Maybe not. Maybe a little stupid. Again, I have a small amount of money, teeny tiny amount, that I'm going to get in 3 weeks. 2 to 3 weeks. 2 to 3 weeks. And once I get it, I'm gonna get a heck ton of honestly, there's so many other things that I could get right now. Ladies is up like 18% on the day. Like when I want to stack, goes up. Definity's down 3% on the day, and Definity's got Definity's a $2.87 million market cap. For what they're doing, that is nuts. That is insane. But it's what you have is like, it's essentially a community token. It has all of these people that have kind of been stacking like for a while. And I even told like the Telegram today, they're like, why are people selling? It's like, okay, well, you generally have 3 reasons. You either have someone that just gets liquidated elsewhere and they need to sell what they have in order to like not go to jail, to pay something, like whatever. And then they're like, okay, well, that's fair. That could have happened with Definity. You could have somebody that is just they see potentially a better opportunity elsewhere where they can sell. Most of the times they sell what's down to chase what's already pumped. So that could have happened. Or they just see like an actual better opportunity elsewhere, where it's like, hey, listen, I know Definity can do 30, 100x, but this token that I'm looking at can do like a 10,000x. And do most of those play out? No. Every now and then do they? Yeah. But that is the exception. That is not the rule. The rule generally is that people sell what's down, and Definity is way down. And they sell what's down in order for to chase what's already pumped. And then the other thing, number 3, is that they just got tired. Basically, the bear market tends to last a few months longer than most other people can. So the general rule is just like, if you're feeling like just tired and the frustration, just like, bro, I keep buying and it keeps going down, and then you sell and you lock in that loss, probably keep going down for a little while, probably keep going, staying steady for a little while. And then just again, when OMI went up, like I think it's up 50% this month, but it was up like 140% in like hours. It's like, okay, well, why did that happen? It happens like all at once. So um yeah, like so that number three could have happened as well, where I've seen that multiple big wallets that have kind of held for a long time are kind of selling here, because you have the Bitcoin's done very well over the last year and a half. And even ETH, which has really tried to, I mean, Solana last year, what like 2,000%, give or take. And then you have Ethereum that's finally starting to play catch up. And you have all of these other major companies that are coming in and buying ETH as well. So like a lot of coins kind of rotate into each other from out of other ones, and they keep doing that. And you just see the action going on other places. So some people could just chasing what's already pumped. He got liquidated, or he just sold into fiat and is just like, my wife's going to kill me if I lose any more money. If I spend any more money, might as well take what I have. So again, that tends to happen as well, and it really only tends to happen with men that have wives that don't let them kind of work, that don't let them be. I don't want to say be great, because I'm not going to lie. There's as much as everyone tries to think they're like the best trader and like, oh, I can't be wrong. The wives that really don't know anything about crypto are right like 9 times out of 10. Be like, save your money. Let's not do this. It's just a lot of times the guys that this is how they make money, and this is how like they know it's like, again, like women are just people as well, and guys and women at the same time, they'll be like, hey, it's a statistic that if you're at like a function or an event, or any place that's kind of a little stuffy and boring, and it's like a family place and kids are there, kids will get tired and fussy about 10 to 15 minutes before the adults will be like, oh my God, get me out of here. So again, the wives that really know nothing about crypto, all they're seeing is like, hey, you're buying this, it's down, you should probably get out. And again, this is most people that are like out there, maybe not necessarily any one of you guys, but most people that are out there, they have like the conviction plays. They're like, no, I'm gonna, I believe, and it's like, okay, it's great that you believe, but is the company actually doing anything? Is it? And again, most companies are not like DEVVE or Definity or OMI's VeVe, because most other company or projects just don't have revenue, they don't have funds, they don't have teams. It's just kind of a hope and a dream. And the conviction sometimes really gets people. Like there's a buddy I was talking to like 6 months ago, and he's just like, hey man, I'm just gonna put a couple dollars in here because you know what, you're my friend, and I want to support you and I trust you. I was like, well, you shouldn't do anything because I'm your friend. You should do it because I'm successful and I know like this is what I do. So I feel like people just kind of put their sometimes their eggs in the wrong basket because of misplaced. They do it because of like either conviction, and again, it's not that. I'm not trying to say that conviction's a bad word. It's not. But I feel like a lot of people think that they're like house, right? They think like, okay, I'm right, everyone's wrong, and sometimes that is the case. But a lot of times it's just like, hey, you just had this bad call. Who is this? Give me one sec. Why would I? Pretty much of the post. Okay. You did me a favor. Buy yourself a bagel. Where were we? Where were we here? Okay. So that's Definity, and again, if I'm gonna split between DEVVE and Definity, if what they're saying, if what NASDAQ is proposing, and they're saying the timeline is true, I can't think of the carbs. Oh my God. Okay, so be advised, guys. There's this. Oh shoot. There's this one drink from Baskin Robbins called chocolate Oreo. The fudge is called chocolate Oreo shake from Baskin Robbins, and it is 2,600 calories. But it's got 38 grams of protein though. And I'm sorry, we're getting way off course here. NASDAQ says that U.S. investors could see the first token settled trades of securities by the end of the third quarter of 2026, assuming the depository trust company's infrastructure is in place by then. That's like 3 weeks away. If that is DEVVE, hold on to your freaking butts, because Jesus, man, that would go so freaking hard, so fast. It would blow up like Vesuvius. Like it would pop like a no, I'm not even gonna say that reference. That was horrible. That's so funny though. Sorry. Yeah, it's insane. So I don't know what I would do, because DEVVE, what are they doing today? Let's check the DEVVE. At 44 cents. It's a $39 million market cap. Fully diluted is 53 million, but that is, I don't know which one. Like they could both do 1,000x, which sounds insane. It is insane, but you know, crazier things have happened. Anyway, let's check out daCat. I don't think they really did much today. They're up 0.89%. We'll round it up to 0.9. $2.6 million market cap, less than $200 in volume, 590,000 in liquidity. They actually have more Ethereum in there than they do daCat. $296,000 worth of Ethereum, $295,000 worth of daCat. My tattoo is feeling pretty nice. I might get another. All right, so I might get another tattoo. So I had Chaos on the Chains. Shout out to them this morning for coming on the show. They were on the last seat with All Up from Sharby. And I just showed him the daCat tattoo. He's like, bro, that's awesome. I was like, for an ETH, I'll get a Chaos on the Chains tattoo. And he's like Melissa McCarthy in that one dirty movie about puppets. He's like, maybe. And I want to show you guys a little photo here. Show you a little photo of what one of the so I'll either get it of the logo. Look at that cute little butt, or I'll get it from like of his character Tsunami that's in the daCat series. He speaks in his own language, and if that's possible, if I can do that, if I can get a tattoo of him, maybe with V-Ball, bro, and yeah, that would be awesome. I'd get a bunch of the daCat. Like I have my Nintendo sleeve, might as well get a daCat sleeve, right? So anyway, we'll see. I think it's gonna happen. Bill Gardner saying, "Let's go." Kuma saying, "What up, Randy and fam? What's going on, Kuma? How's it going, bro? What up, Bill? Good night, bro." Kumo, thanks for being a member. Saying, Mbako forever. I love him. Oh, what's up, Bobby Green? Good morning. GM. So that's daCat. Oh, so I got a call the other day. From a, I can't say this. I got a call the other day from a major daCat, or not a major daCat, from a major comic book publisher, and they're like, "Hey, I'm so and so from so and so. Oh, how you doing? We would like to represent daCat on VeVe." I was like, "Well, I know y'all are. I know y'all know what VeVe is, but how did you hear about me?" And I was like, "Yeah, your stuff's been circulating. Your stuff's been floating around." It's like, no, freaking way, really, really. And they're like, yeah, we want to represent daCat on VeVe. I was like, well, what does that mean? And they'd be like, well, as we know, or as we assume, you are not signed with any major brands right now. I was like, no, we are completely independent. And it's like, yeah, that's where we would come in. We would come in and we would be able to market for you on VeVe. I was like, listen, maybe you caught like a snapshot of what, but like I am the marketer, like for VeVe. Like there's, so it was really cool to see like a major successful company to be like, hey, we want to do this for you. And obviously they would take a certain amount of the profit. Maybe they would, we didn't even get to that because they would want, they'd probably want like maybe percent ownership. Maybe they'd want to buy, like, we didn't even get to that. I was like, listen, like, yeah, you ever see $1 Million Baby? Hilary Swank, Clint Eastwood, Morgan Freeman, really good movie. And it kind of pissed me the frick off, but anyway, Clint Eastwood takes on this chick, you know, Hilary Swank, and as a student, as like a boxing student, and after a couple of wins, he gets a call from the champions like coach saying like, hey, we'd like to offer Hilary Swank a shot at the title. The first time he gets the call, not interested, like doesn't even answer. He barely answers the call just to say no. And it's like one of those things where like, don't take the first offer. And the first couple offers that I've had for daCat, yeah, no, didn't do it. So this is the third offer that I got. It was just for 5%. It was with valuing it at a certain valuation, which now was probably a little too low. Now, if they would have come in guns blazing and be like, we want 10% at a $2 million market cap, I'd be like, okay, yeah, let's do that. Because I don't think it's worth that right now. I think it will be, but I think it'll be a lot higher at some point. But they didn't even get to that. They just wanted this like sweet talk me and be like, hey, let's get this. Let's represent you on VeVe. So this way, it wouldn't be an independent publisher. It would be like from someone else that is people might know the name of. And either way, I just thought that was really cool. So this is the fourth time that I've gotten approached by it. The third time was just, it worked out. But so this is the fourth time I've gotten approached. Third time I've said no, but got like the fact that that daCat has already had these many and these types of offers before, like nobody's seen a page of this yet, right? Like, obviously some people have, but this is really exciting. This is really cool. I'm very excited about this. Anyway, won't look like the picture though. Yeah, one day. I'll get it one day and let you know how it is. Yeah. Penguin saying good evening. Just 3 more weeks of bleeding the market, then we take off. I mean, we'll see. We don't know, but it could happen. Like, am I JP in Angels in the Outfield? Because it could happen. I don't know where I'm going. Oh lordy, I'm not okay. I don't know why I'm having all these pop culture references today. I feel like it's been a lot. Connor saying hello. What's going on? Meow 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 meow. Hope you're doing well, Connor. Air Blues says, have you heard anything about wallets being hacked? I did. That was the first thing I went over. Sounds like something that could crash the market. Good kid post something about it. Yeah, it's the first thing I went over. I think it'll be fine. You know, we'll see. Iron Man 616 reposting the stream. My man, I know you're going to New York. Let's well, I mean, that's next month. I'm going to New York on the 17th for literally 15 hours. So if anyone's going to be in New York City on September 17th, I'll get there at like 1. I should be getting out of Penn Station at around 1. I'm visiting a friend that is but she lives in Austria. And I couldn't really get away from, I'm so busy. But I could get away that day. So I am going to be in town in New York for 12, 15 hours, fly right back. And then I'm not going to sleep, and I'm going to be carrying a very heavy sleep debt until the week after. Yeah, unfortunately, yeah, I'm not going to be able to do anything the next like few days afterwards. But yeah, obviously I'll be there for the 9th and the 10th of October. I think I'm going to leave. Yeah, I'm going to leave early October 11th. That's that Saturday. Normally, what I would do is I would have left on Sunday, or even that Monday, because that'd be Columbus Day, because normally my friend has a Halloween party on Long Island. However, they're having that party the week after, and I can't. But those people will be in Vegas, so put that on your plate. DeYayo reposting the stream. My man, what's up, Omar? How's it going, fam? Yeah, my man. Yeah, my man. Okay, let's get back to some of the rest of the stuff here. We did daCat. Okay, let's do Shiro. Let's do our other kitty token and see how it's doing. They had it come, I betcha you would have done the same. All right, it is up 2% on the day with $397,000 in volume, so up 20% in volume. Not bad, not bad. $4.7 million market cap. And yeah. That Shiro. I have a feeling that something might happen for Shiro in the next couple of months. I don't know what. But I have a feeling it'll be good. Just a feeling. But so I don't know. They did have what they have today. Oh shit. No, I don't want to do that. Okay, we're gonna go to Shiro on their X account and see what they've posted today and yesterday. Yesterday. Oh my trouble. Oh wow, they're posting a lot. It's really that simple. Is it guy proposing to girl? No, it's Shiro. That is wild. I'm gonna give that a like though. So the original meme says like degens after they make their first $50, and then you have Shiro reposting that saying, "When my owner picks up my." Yeah, I read that. Shiro Nico says, "Please read and be safe," and they were requoting that. I guess Altcoin Daily, which is requoting Charles Goulamay. I have no idea how to pronounce his name, but 58,000 followers for Shiro. Not bad, kid. Not bad. While we're on the X, let's go over DeLorean Labs. Let's see what they're up to. I think they were up to. I checked them randomly today. Yeah, they're up 7% on the day. Take it. Take it. 116% in volume. They're up to $9.2 million in volume. Market cap is 12.8 million. Yeah, I like it. Do you like it like that? I like it like that. That is an old meme where Regis Philbin, for whatever reason, in like the 2000s. I think this is when it was live with Regis and Kelly. So back in like the 90s, Regis Philbin had this talk show called Live with Regis and Kathy Lee. And then Kathy Lee like retired or died or something. And then Kelly Ripa came in, and God, she's still beautiful. And then it became Regis and Kelly. And then, long story short, for whatever reason, there's like this clip of Regis Philbin saying, like, "Do you like it like that? I like it like that." And I reference it to this day, and nobody's ever gotten it. Like nobody's ever said, "Is that Regis Philbin?" I pride myself on getting other references too, where me and my friends were in a pool one day. This is like years ago, like 2021, 2017, in that area. I don't know what year. 2020? Whatever year it was. We're in this pool, and my friend Will's trying to like run it, and he's trying to say like, do you want this day? Like, yeah, like, well, if you get this day, I'll give you all the last week too. And I was like, is that a Saved by the Bell reference? And he's like, yeah. I was watching it the other day. I was like, what? Hadn't seen that show. Oh, God, how old is that show now? I'm sorry. The ADD is so freaking. It was. What was it before it was called Saved by the Bell? It was like Miss Something, right? Damn, it started in '89. No freaking way. Oh my God! But it started as something else, right? Okay. What was the show before Saved? But it was Miss. Good Morning, Miss Bliss. Okay, that's what it was. Anyway, they remaking Saved by the Bell? Hold the fudge up. No, frick. Wait, hold the frick up. Oh no, no, this is not. This is not. Wait, did they wait? Did I miss a whole freaking Saved by the Bell thing? What was I doing? Oh, 2020. I was busy. But did they ever make a Mario? So this was like in 2020, but he still looks fucking good, bro. Did you ever see that thing with him as Colonel, as the Colonel? As like it's called like 13 Flavors of Love. And he like he's this he plays Colonel Sanders, and he seduces a woman with his chicken at I know it sounds crazy. When Saved by the Bell NFTs on VeVe. Hold on. There's no way that was a real. Hold on. Saved by the Bell new series. There's no freaking way they. Peacock streaming services canceled after 2. Oh, they had one for 2 seasons. Where the frick was I? Where the snick snack frick? I know it was 2020, and I was busy. I had 2 businesses, and then I retired in 2021, and then but I should have been able. Yeah, what the heck? Okay, all right. Second in November, I was like a millionaire, and then okay. Oh, I guess I'm gonna have to get Peacock and watch that. Anyway, I was very proud of my references. It's like, is that a Saved by the Bell reference? Okay, DeLorean. I still like it at these prices. I haven't sold anything yet. They have 191,000 followers over on X. I said, "Great Scott, say it back." I thought that was really cool. 3 months ago, they had Patrick Stewart come in and talk about DeLorean and DMC. That is so freaking cool. It's like, when DeLorean. How many views did this freaking get? Only 31,000, really, for that. I would have thought it would have been a lot more. Anyway, just thought it was awesome. They had reposted that for Star Trek Day because Crypto.com says which crypto is giving the live long and prosper for Star Trek Day, and then you had them repost it with the video of Patrick Stewart. I thought that was pretty awesome. That like, you can't get any better marketing, I feel like. Discord support currently investigating an issue where certain servers are inaccessible to some users. We hope everyone has backup and running soon. Okay, yada yada, yada yada. Over the best part. No, I mentioned the bisque. It's a Seinfeld reference for you uncultured folk. Back down. Okay. Let's see what else we got. DMC, daCat, Shiro, DEVVE. And then OMI. Did we not go over that yet? We can go over it right now. Komi is down 0.8% on the day. It's been a pretty downward spiral for like the last 10 days. However, 15 days. That being said, we're still up 47% on the month, so I will take that. The volume was 2.1 million, and I guarantee you half of that is on Deepcoin. Oh, only 37% on Deepcoin. Not bad. 22% on OKX, 19% on Gate.io. Very cool. Very cool. I stand corrected. But $82 million market cap. It's pretty low. And again, to my knowledge, we haven't had any. Oh, my back. Oh, my other back. To my knowledge, we haven't had any promotion from Jesse.base. Either any of the base builders. You would think that if you're building on base and you have a legit project, let's say like Banker, everyone seems to love Banker, and they're promoting it, they're pumping it, which is great. That's what they should do for a legit project with legit technology. You would think that they would want something that has all of these top IP and brands, and it's just for whatever. I don't know if it's a conspiracy. I don't know if they're trying to stack before they promote, but it doesn't make much sense to not promote VeVe if you're building on base, because that's what VeVe's building on. They were like the 14th company to switch over to base. It was insane. So again, if you really want to grow the hobby and you really want to have, like, every election cycle, you have like Chuck Norris is coming out for this person and Kelly Clarkson for this person, and like they're all coming out for their politicians, and you want to have not that you necessarily want, like, I don't really think that just because a celebrity comes out for you, I feel like most celebrities are probably out of touch. Most, not all. But you want as many smart and competent people in your camp because it gives credibility to your candidate. I feel like this, in that same breath, any type of company that's a legit project on base that has revenues, that has these deals with any major IP, like Sui's pumping the shit out of DeLorean. Why? Like, why are they advertising so much? Because one, they had Christopher Lloyd, they had Patrick Stewart, they had all of these people, like, for their DMC token, for the DeLorean NFTs, because they have that business. It's one IP, and VeVe has hundreds. So I'm just not understanding the calculus of ignoring VeVe and ignoring the OMI token, which is on base. Something is is there evil afoot? Is it a conspiracy? Is it Ben Gadenzi with one last fucking, like, hey, I'll give you $500,000 if you never talk? Like, I don't know. So yeah, this is a weird one. I am curious to see, because like, when you go on, like, let's go on Jesse, let's go on a shit right now, I don't know how to spell. Is it with an I? Okay, Jesse.base.eth is Jesse Pollock. 250,000 followers over on X. And when he would post stuff, I'll just pick a random post. He's retweeting a lot of, okay. Talking about the base dream. This is just from 2 days ago. Most other stuff get, like, don't even have any interaction on here. Let me go to Foster, because Foster is normally one of the ones. I think Ecomi does it too. 3 days ago, Ecomi. Maybe I should go to Ecomi, because I don't know if Foster's done it. I'm sure he has, and I'm sure he's behind Ecomi, but because I know they've been, yeah. Let's go to Ecomi, because I'm not seeing any of his stuff comment. All right, so this guy named Shah, who's like the list. He lists tokens on base, like that. That's what he does. He's part of the listing team. And I want to try to find Ecomi here, because I'm sure it. Foster, do you not reply to Ecomi? Like, do you not reply to your own stuff? Okay, something like this. Jesse.base.eth on August 30th says, today is a good day to onboard your friends and family to base. Foster Hill responds, every person in my imaginary survey agreed that there is no better way to become base than through OMI. Also, this chart helps. What about base degen, where OMI is legit #1 over there for strongest coins on base the last 7 days. So you have the most relevant reply is chemdog.base saying onboarding builders. That's most relevant reply with 1.6 thousand impressions. And Foster's has 2.2 thousand impressions. This dude KeyCat, 797 impressions. And everything else is below that. Like, it's very, very small. You have ox.base.eth, 7,000 followers, so not really a lot of followers at all. What's the ticker, and is it already trending on base app? Basel says the ticker is OMI, and by my math, you can't be trending much higher, because Ecomi had been retweeting, and he's tagging Jesse and tagging Shah, the people that list on base, what OMI's doing, and them being the top of the list. So ox.base.eth. And again, that has he is the most relevant reply at 2,100 impressions, and no one else comes close. So, and this isn't just with Foster's account. It happens with Ecomi as well. Where they consist, and Ecomi's got the bigger account. And I'm going to have to go way back for this. Oh, I don't have to go back that many days, or maybe I do. So you have Shah again saying the conversation around new token listings is often dominated by speculation, but what metrics do you use to evaluate a project's long-term potential before it hits a major exchange? Process. I believe long-term potential is created when you remove speculation and replace it with an abundance of real-world utility and features that permeate Web 2 and Web 3 user bases and act as a catalyst to bring them together and push the boundaries of what's possible. It's never been easier to acquire crypto tokens, but accessibility does not create demand. It simply enables already interested parties to more easily access the thing that they already want. The question isn't about how to access a token anymore. It's why would you access one over another and keep coming back for more? Ecomi has answered this question when they partnered with VeVe Official to be their official utility token of their ecosystem and enable users to buy and sell official premium licensed 3D digital collectibles from the world's biggest brands, including Disney, Marvel, DC, Star Wars, Lamborghini, Blackpink, Coca-Cola, USPS, and hundreds more. Not only does the partnership enable users to collect these iconic brands and IP, it also allows users to be rewarded for collecting and participating in the ecosystem through early access to drops, exclusive giveaways, and leaderboard rewards. There's no single audience that exists that's bigger than the culmination of the majority of the world's biggest fandoms all existing in one place. And there's no need for speculation, as there's only one token that enables these users to collect what they love. OMI. Would love to chat more about how we can help continue to bring the world on chain. So again, Shah, who is the listings guy at Base, had posted that, and Foster's is by far the most relevant, over 1,000 impressions, and everyone else that has 400 impressions, Shah responds, 325 impressions, Shah responds, 251 impressions, Shah responds, but every single person, including Foster, that is talking about the OMI token, just ignore it. So clearly something is amiss here. And I don't know what it is, because like if you want to grow Base, you should embrace the ones that are the best for you. It's like, okay, if you want to become rich, if you want to become wealthy, you want to become successful, you don't hang out with the loser friends that are doing nothing but smoking weed every day and playing video games and jerking off. You spend time with people that are out getting that bread, that are out building their businesses, they're out going in and they're saying like, hey, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm investing here. And like, so again, I'm sure that the people that Shah is responding to, I'm sure they have something good that they're doing. I'm sure they're net positive. Let's assume they are. Why you would not want to back a company that is going to be the best for your brand is asinine. Like that it makes zero sense. So again, I'm very perplexed by this. This has a feel of like The Big Short, where I forget the names of the people in there. Michael Bradbury, is that his name? The dude who plays Batman, Christian Bale, plays him, and the other guys play the ones that are shorting the market. And they're shorting the CDOs, and the entire market, the stuff the CDOs represent, is down, but they haven't given a new value to those CDOs because the banks wanted to hedge their positions first. So like, okay, let's make sure that we can go to other banks and short this before we give these CDO positions, their true value. So that's what I feel is happening here. I feel what's happening here is all of these other people, they're like, oh shit, this is what these guys are doing. Okay, let's try to buy as much as we can, as fast as we can, before we start promoting it, because we're not going to do this shit for free. We want to make money with it. That's the only explanation that I could think of, unless they are getting paid to go in and not talk about it. That's the only explanation I could think. Either way, this is going to take over. It's just going to be like probably when these guys have their positions, and after they have their positions, that's probably when they'll start pumping it. So anyway, that's my theory. Mark L says, definitely concerning. They ignore most of the OMI posts when it gets the most engagement. I think they know something negative about OMI. No, it's not that there's nothing negative to ignore anymore. The lawsuits are over. There's no other one that's going to be coming down. And it's, yeah, there's nothing, like, I promise, VeVe is in a very good position. VeVe is in a very strong position. There is, I'm trying to think of any negative that could come out of this. There's not, like, from an outside perspective looking in, if you have no, like, insider, like, anything, if you know people on the inside and you're outside looking in, you'd be like, it doesn't, that makes it like better, because there's no reason, there's nothing that they could know that I wouldn't know. And everything I know is, well, again, it's let's say, like, okay, well, the legal fees, didn't VeVe have to pay the legal? I'm gonna tell you, those are very easily taken care of, if they're not taken care of already, like that $250,000. I'm telling you, that's nothing to worry about. There's no other lawsuits coming down. There's no, and again, I know more than most about the health of the company is solid. There's nothing that they would know that I wouldn't. It's either because they're being paid not to talk about, or they want to fill their bags before they pump it, which, and that's why I think you saw this pump a couple weeks ago, is because they're all filling their bags. In my opinion, I don't want to accuse anyone of financial malfeasance or anything, but anywho, let's go on and tell everyone to smash that like button. It's a free way to help support the channel. Non-free ways are Patreon. Smash the super thanks button down below. Super chats as well, my man. Also today, I've only had 1,450 calories and only 141 grams of protein. So I am going to have more after this. I didn't start eating until 15:10, because I didn't get to eat this morning because I had that show, and then I went for a walk after the show, and the walk kind of hecked me up a little bit. My back hurts a little bit. Anyway, let's get to some of the news, shall we? Because there's quite a bit to go over. Oh gosh, there's a lot of. We have to go back to Saturday, Friday. Okay. Went over that. When I go to Japan next year, I'm gonna go to a Pokemon cafe. I'm gonna say hi to Pikachu. And Chaos on the Chains is coming up. Not go over that yet. Oh my god. So 9/11 is coming up, right? I'm gonna save this for 9/11. Hold on. The story 8 p.m. Okay, well, we're gonna save that for the 11th. Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one, Kira. Sorry, I gotta. Science friends. Oh God, I get so many of these messages. What's up, low rent? Let's freaking go. So many of these. I know I talk about some really, like, out of left field stuff, but there's some stuff that I don't talk about that I would love to, and it's just not appropriate right now. But it will, like, one day when I get a science person on here, it'll be fun. China central bank injects 2 trillion yen in liquidity this week. Bullish, says Ash Crypto Real. $2 trillion assets under management. Wells Fargo Bank has bought $130 million in Bitcoin ETF. Ash Crypto Real says it's massive. VeVe Las Vegas has a 1 million OMI bounty on Sacker World Market for mint number 35 of Secret Rare Spidey 2099. Shadow Protocol Secret Rare. So if anyone has that, he's offering $350, $310, give or take. Okay. So there's this one girl, Zara Dar, that says, people may not know this, but I publish the same STEM videos both on YouTube and on Pornhub. And while YouTube generally generates more views, the ad revenue per million views on Pornhub is nearly 3 times higher. So I'm going to start uploading stuff on Pornhub. I'm going to make an account, and I'm going to be called Chubby Turtle Duck. I don't know yet. But that's where you might see me talking about OMI. Wild stuff, right? Crypto Jack, which has 480,000 followers over on X, says alt season index hits 59. He says alt season is coming. This was Saturday. When will it come? I don't know. We'll see. SEC and CFTC push for 24/7 stock trading in a joint statement. Huzzah! And again, that has a little bit more to do, I think, with NASDAQ and maybe DEVVE, because now it seems to be that the partnership is leaning toward, like, based on that, I think that DEVVE partnership is leaning towards NASDAQ, in my opinion. Might not be. I don't know. Making a list and checking it twice. All right. For people who believe that cars and crypto will fly in the future, DeLorean Labs says we're making a list. Next gen, future. Comey says, with so many great options, it begs the question, how do you acquire the OMI token? Oh, I mentioned that the other day because I thought they were teasing an exchange. Maybe they are. Maybe they're not. What did Tron the other day was down? I want to try to see if that stayed down, if it got worse, if it came back up, if it... No. Yeah, Tron had a little whew the other day, and it's fine now. Eric Zhang says, we just hit 1 trillion tokens this week on Open Router and still rising. Thank you for the love. That is Grok code fast1. ARK Invest says, once the sole provider of nuclear enrichment in the West, the US now has virtually no commercial enrichment capacity. According to D. McGuire ARK, without investment, US AI dominance and energy independence are at risk. Kathy Wood says, after 50 years of regulators destroying our competitive advantage, the Trump administration has all hands on deck to recover and take back control. Nuclear specifically and energy generally. Energy transforms into economic activity. Agreed. Rip. There's one dude that sold his Bored Ape. Like, he bought it 3 years ago, this Bored Ape, for $425,000 and sold it a couple days ago for $37,000. Again, bought for $425,000. Sold for $37,000. Why you would do that before the NFT bull market hits, I do not know. That is bananas to me. Anyway, according to Ash Crypto Real, altcoins have never been this oversold, not even during the pandemic, peak bear market, tariffs and trade war. So if we take a look at this, yeah, in 2021, well, pandemic was kind of 2020, but in 2021, in the bottom of the Rona, yeah, it wasn't great. And then in the bear market, yeah, it was at kind of dipped at like 30, and then with the tariffs, it was like 35. But now, for the money rotation, yeah, it apparently, from what we could tell, altcoins have never been this oversold. So maybe at some point we go pretty hard. Oh God. This is a house 541. Is that Oregon? Kansas. I think that's Oregon. It is Oregon. I got it. Okay, so there's a house in Oregon for sale from Robinson Ludwig Group. Call Nick Wilhite, nick.wilhite at theagencyre.com. That has townhomes for sale, and Bitcoin is accepted. So you can go in and buy that house with crypto. So that was pretty fun. Michael Saylor is buying more Bitcoin always. Fidelity has launched a new tokenized US Treasuries fund called FDIT on Ethereum. Thought that was cool. Dr. Stuff says, shout out to Cali Comic Store, who donated an ultra rare Marvel swimsuit edition, mint number 69. We'll comment nice envelope 69. For the 69th episode of OMI is My Homie, which is going to be tomorrow. I'll be holding you tight, and there's nowhere in the... Sorry. He also had it slabbed and graded, and yeah, that's pretty cool. So you'll get this will be a giveaway tomorrow. That's pretty dope. Pretty dope, right? Yeah. Yeah. Oh God. Treasury Secretary Bessent says most jobs created under the Biden administration went to illegal aliens. Did it? I feel like I don't know about that. I feel like that doesn't seem like it's true, but I don't have the numbers to back it up. Bro, so there was a guy named Grant Melson went across downtown Austin in a Tesla robotaxi. The Tesla robotaxi was $2.61, where an Uber would have been $12.94. Now, when I see an Uber for $12.94, I was like, oh, that's a cheap Uber. But to get a robotaxi for $2.61, of course, pick that every time. Tesla's, oh my God, it's about to get ridiculous. They are about to, and I knew this since 2020. I actually knew this probably since 2019, but I didn't act upon it until 2020. I knew that Tesla was about to eat Uber and Lyft's lunch. Now, granted, it's taken half a decade, but I knew what was happening. Happening right now. Good morning, Miss Bliss. Oh my God, how far back are you? You back like watching this from like 30 minutes ago? Whenever I made that Saved by the Bell reference, I'm talking about the time my friend made it. I'll give you all of last week too. Was that a Saved by the? So where that was from is they were having a pool on which day, like Mr. Belding, who was like 50 in this freaking show, was having a kid, and it's like, okay, you having a kid at 50? Good luck, guy. He probably wasn't 50. He just seemed like that when we were young. And they were having a pool on which day he would have his kid, and Screech is just like, can I have this day? He's like, well, I'll give you this day. Zach Morris, like, I'll give you this day. And then Screech is like, I don't know about it. And Zach's like, fine, I'll give you all of last week too. And Screech is like, now we're talking. So when my friend said, fine, I'll give you all of last week too, it triggered that memory that I hadn't seen that show. If this is like 2020, let's say, I hadn't seen that show in over 2 decades and stuck with me. Yeah, just caught up. Let's go. Good morning, Miss Bliss. Took place in Indianapolis, Indiana. I did not know that. Did not know that. And then obviously Saved by the Bells is in Bayside, California. You know, there's a Bayside, New York also. Good times. Good times. Bayside, there's actually a band called Bayside, and I've seen them perform live a couple of times. One of my good friend Patty, she has a tattoo of the bird on them. I remember going to some test in the military I had to take, and the guy had like the bird from Bayside, and I was like, Bayside? He's like, and the guy giving the test, like, what the fudge gang y'all from? And was like, there's no gang, sir. I think I was wearing like a Charmander. We were in civvies, we were in civilian clothing. I think I was wearing like a Charmander shirt. Like, really? Think I'm in a gang with this Charmander shirt on? It's good times. Anyway, Bayside has this one song called Sick, 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 and it's one of my favorite songs. It probably shouldn't be. It's about this guy that is he had a girlfriend that just like cheated on him and was a hoe. So the chorus like, you made a mess of things, my, what a mess you made. I hate the way you make me feel. I hate the way you make me. And every time you're like mad at a girl and this song comes on, it's like, oh God, it's so good. I feel like that meme with that black kid with the headphones, and he's like, you know what I mean. Anyway, let's continue on. We've got yes. 1 minute. All right, we're gonna go on an adventure. We are going to take. Oh gosh. Oh, my lordy. Okay. Okay, sorry. We're gonna have to go. We have to go let a buddy of mine in. Oh, in the back door. Oh gosh, not that back door. Oh gosh. Ralphie. I know, Ralphie. I know you like to bark. I know, Ralphie. It's okay, Ralphie. Okay. It's dark over here. Hi, Ralphie. Yo, what up? What up? Say hello to the stream.
Hey.
Oh, what up?
What's up?
You know, Ray, he had his shirt off the other day. We're talking about the stuff today. Do you have any do you have a ledger?
I have.
Okay, cool. All right. So there was like this hack with like JavaScript, and there was like a billion, but I think they've like fixed it by now.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, that was the big news of the day.
Yeah.
What have you been up to?
I just got back from work. Just
oh, the kill wins.
Yeah,
nice.
Let's go.
Get it.
Ice cream.
I do. When I break my diet, I'm gonna go hard on kill. So I have a trip to New York that I'm doing on the 17th. Can you watch Ralphie that day?
17th of this month?
Yes.
Let me see what day it is.
And
I might have to bring him into. Well, we could maybe give him to Diane.
So you do that, or bring him into Killins.
Or I bring him into Killins. I could maybe.
Yeah, bring him to Killins.
He just doesn't like. He doesn't stay with me. Like last time he was in Killins with me, he just tried to get out the door.
Oh.
He stays with my dad. He doesn't really. So.
Okay, gotcha.
If I could time up, I'd have to like time up. Film something.
Put him in a room. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
Just because I'll be gone from like 7 a.m. the 17th, and I won't get back till like 7 a.m. the 18th.
Okay.
So I
would think probably Diane and Harry would be the best.
Yeah. Okay.
I love how 170 people are just listening to us talk about a dog.
Those guys seem cool. As Bayside, you must love telling their work friends about their YouTube streamer that lives in their house. Dude, I feel like I've had a couple of friends that just be like, people don't think you're real. I was like, what? Because like there's like wild stories.
He's real. I'll touch him. He's solid. He's a real person.
When I was walking up the stairs, I was like, I had to go let my friend in the back door, and I was like, oh, that doesn't sound right.
Oh gosh. Yeah.
Anyway,
hey, tell your fans when they're in Columbus.
When you're in Columbus, go get Kilwins. It's a nice sweet ice cream and chocolate store. Chocolate latte. Okay. Where were we? I feel like that episode of Rugrats where Grandpa Lou's telling a story and he's like, I knew that it was all up to me. And I think he's telling that bowling story. That was a great freaking, episode. I always love bowling. So when I see bowling in like TV shows, like, oh my God, they're bowling. That's so cool. Okay. Put this blankie over my feet. Right? Am I tripping? Yes, this blankie. About to go over my footsies. And we're going to make sure that this. Okay. And this is going to go over here. Oh gosh, my body. It hurts. Okay. Let's continue on, shall we? Let's shall. Sweet Tesla. Okay. Pixel Trader says, get ready. My Collectibles just dropped the alpha on VeVe Vibes live stream. Something big is coming after this weekend. So they did go over and they announced it. It was, I can freaking find it. Darth Vader Samurai series. He looks so dope. It comes out in about 12 and a half days. It is going to be $50. There's only 66 secret rare, but there are 1,977 common, which I think there'll be a nice bounty for. Cops and Crypto does a write-up saying, did you know that Samurai Darth Vader is a top 10 Star Wars skin on Fortnite? Samurai Darth Vader will soon be dropping as a digital collectible on Sunday, September 21st. I actually got to write that down. Oh, this is okay, hang on. All right, I'm going to put Samurai Vader 11 a.m. Standard Time. Whenever I think Samurai, I think Tom Cruise because, movie. Hold on one second here. The blockchain is compromised. Don't use the blockchain. That's hysterical. Okay, so out of the 66 editions, they're keeping 10. So 56 editions in circulation. What do you think the floor will settle at for Samurai Darth Vader? I'm going to say 500 to 1,000. A lot of people say under 500, but I'm going to say 500. There's not a lot of them. So yeah, I'm going to say 500 to 1,000. And I'm going to go for them. Okay, let's how to turn Samurai Vader fit into can. I don't think you can, because like there's no lightsaber that has. Well, honestly, up until 99, we didn't think you could do double bladed sword. Like, bro, when I tell you, I I feel like Seth Rogen when he's making fun of that Indian dude in God, what's that, Zach and Miri Make a Porno. Is like, oh, you suspicious man, I tell you. Because the Indian dude would always go, I did not say this, I tell you. Such a good movie. Such a good movie. Anyway, when I tell you that in 99, AMC Theater, it was Lowe's at the, yeah, in Nassau Mall in Long Island. We'll handle this. One blade comes out, and then the other blade comes out, and everyone lost their collective shit. They were just like, oh, and me being like 8 years old at the time, I was like, this. I felt like the first time I got sick at school. I got to come home, went to a neighbor's house, and we were watching, and me and his granddaughter were watching Jerry Springer, and I was like 7 years old, and it was just like people fighting, and like she was cheating on him, and they were cheating on each other with like the same dude, and it was like what, and like a giant like triple threat match broke out on this Jerry Springer show, and I'm just like, this is good. That's exactly what I felt in 99 when I'm watching like Darth Maul, just the double blade. I was like, and because earlier in that movie he fights Qui-Gon with a single with a single blade, but then he comes out with a double. I was like, oh my god, that was. Whew. I wish I could see that for the first time again, like that. Oh my god, Phantom Menace when they're like, oh god, like Jesus, man. So yeah, I didn't think that they could have a double bladed thing, and now, you know, I don't think they could have a samurai sword Vader, but maybe they can. I didn't think Kylo Ren's thing with the little derp derp. So you know what? Maybe probably Fortnite skin. Mm-hmm. 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 Oh yeah. Let's do all the. Yeah, agreed. I mean, we have most of them, right? Like most of them are there. Can't like Samurai Turtles. Yeah, heck yeah, girl. Tell me something, girl. All you went. Samurai Vader yielding the Omi. Oh god, that would be too wonderful. Cherry's, but yeah, it wasn't like. So if I were to stay with like my grandma in the summer, right? Like so she had this thing from like 1 to 4, like 1 to 4. It was like all soap operas, right? It was like All My Children, General Hospital, Port Charles. It was like soap operas from like 1 to 4. And then I think I could watch like cartoons a little bit or whatever, or like Oprah, like whatever. But in the mornings, it would be like Price is Right, or I'd like watch a movie or something because she had a VCR. But at my neighbor's, it was just anything went. Like it, like legit, like there was stuff that we did that we, yeah. Anyway, so me and his granddad, and sometimes the grandson would be there too, and we would all just like play. We would all just like do stuff. It was fun. And then yeah, like one day we were sick, and she was sick, and we were just sick together, and yeah, Jerry Springer. I was like, this is so good. It was, and I was like, yeah, good times, good times. Anywho, let's go. But see, like South Park, like I remember this one girl, Heather. I won't say her last name. Doctor. It was one girl, Heather, that I served with. Freaking love this girl. Just great chick. Great. She gets it. She's like 19, 20 years old, super young, right? And she's like the good, like Christian girl, the good, like everything by the book, everything moral, just too pure for this world, right? Too pure for this earth. And God, where am I going with this? There's my 7 as well. Oh God, where's my? Oh, what was I about to reference? alcohol. Okay, here's what it was. The lesson. Because the military is stupid, if your shift starts at 1900, so like 7 at night, you got to be there 15 minutes early. Because if you're not 15 minutes early, you're late. Whatever. But you really should arrive like a half hour before that, or like 15 minutes before that, because you want to, like acclimate, get ready, inspection, like do whatever. So really we get there and there's like 15 minutes, like we have like a half hour before shift starts, right? And if there's missions going on, we help. But towards the end of that, it was just an episode of South Park was on one day, or this might have been the end of the shift, whatever it was. I think it was the end of the shift. We're there, we're doing shift change, and South Park's on, and at the end you have Kyle and Seth, like they give their lesson, like, hey, what did we learn today? And then it's like her first time watching South Park, and this is like 10, this is probably 11 years ago. God, I'm so old. Probably 11 years ago. And she's like, wow, South Park getting deep. I was like, this literally happens every episode. And she's like, no. I was like, yeah, I swear. Like, she's like, isn't South Park like raunchy and dirty? Like, yes, but it has a lesson. And I feel like at the end of every Jerry Springer episode, it had that, he had that like talk with you. It was like, take care of yourselves. Like he genuinely wanted the best for his audience. Like, may you never be on my show. Take care of yourselves. Like, bro, like I felt like that dude was family, bro. Good. Oh, we all had those neighbors' best friend TV. That was, yeah, bro. Oh, so especially when you had like, because in the 90s, like everyone's parents were getting divorced, right? 90s, 2000s, like suddenly divorce becomes a thing, and then like everyone's getting it. So I think half my, like in my friend group, like half my friends were divorced, like half my friends' parents were divorced. And when you have that like single dad that has like the Spice Channel, and then we're like, bro, that shit got like, yeah, that, and because like parents didn't know. They're like, okay, when we got like PS2s when we were like 11, and it's just like, okay, set up parental controls 0000, and then that's what we tried for, like to unlock like the Spice Channel, and it worked. And it's like, bro, people are the same. Like, anyway, it's back in the day, the most 4 commonly used passwords were love, password, sex, and God. Like that was, and or 000 if there was numbers. It's like the 11111. Wow, it's the same combination I have in my luggage. Spaceballs. Yeah, so the neighbor had the full HBO, had the full, like I saw boobs so many times on that HBO. Anyway, but yeah, when my friend's dad had like the Spice Channel, and we would like go to bed, and then his dad would go, and then we'd be like, "Yo, let's go out and watch Spice." Bro, that was, and we're like 8, 9 years old, bro. That was wild. That was good. That was like good times, right? Price is Right, Press Your Luck, Wheel of Fortune block was that. So I never saw Press Your Luck. Wheel of Fortune was at night. Price is Right is, yeah, Press Your Luck. I'm trying to think. I don't remember, because my grandma only had 2 to 13. She had 2, 4, 7, 11, 13. I think it was like 5 channels. Like at some point, like Fox 5 and then like UPN 9 came out. But for like the first like 8 or 9 years of my life, it was 2, 4, 7, 11, 13. But so I don't know. Yeah. Good times. Good times. And anyway, let's get back to some of this news here. Anyway, that was Samurai Darth Vader. Be advised, the sleek, swift, and unmistakably imperial Aratech Z74Z speeder bike returns into 3D digital form. This thing down there. But you could only do it. Hold on. Be advised, you can only get it, like you're only able to craft that with store purchases eligible only. So everyone buying that on the market is probably not going to be able to go in and get that. So just want y'all You ought to know. So I don't know if Booth is here. He's here sometimes, a lot. He comments. He commented the other day because I think my intro song was "I will make you see all of the things that you can be." You know, like the Zoe 101 intro. And he says, "No offense, but you're way too old to be knowing the Zoe 101 theme song, Randy. But this is why I like you so much." So I respond. I get accused of being old. I was like, me and Jamie Lynn Spears, the actor who plays Zoe 101, are exactly the same age. It came on when I was 14. How old do you think I am? And he says, "My bad, bro. I thought you were like 45. Excuse me. How dare you? So I say, dog, this reminds me of the first time me and Mr. MC1 had spoken 2-3 years ago on Spaces. And so, yeah, Randy, come up, Randy, come on stage. So I come up, and he thinks I'm like 40. Same thing. And this is like 3 years ago, and he thinks I'm 45. Like, Mr. MC1, how old do you think I am? And he's like, "Oh, I thought you were like 45, man." And I was like, "Oh," and I was like 31 at the time. So like, I understand that I don't look 20 anymore. Like, who does, right? But I don't think I look 45. I mean, Tammy's on here a lot, right? Like Tammy and Sleepin's not on here that much. He's on every now and then. Me and Sleepin probably look around the same. I don't think, like, apparently Sleepin was old enough to see Empire Strikes Back when it came out in theaters, which I still don't believe. And Tammy has multiple grandbabies. So like, I know they look young for their age. I still think I look a little younger than them. I just don't believe I am. I look like I'm 4. I would say if someone on is like, "Oh, okay, yeah, mid-30s." Even late 30s I would take. 45. Listen, I'm going to show y'all a couple of things here because it is that time. It's time. I feel like Rafiki. It's time. Now it's my time. I'll do what I want because this is. I don't think you can see any of these scars. You cannot see any. Oh no, you can't see any of those scars. The light is too not there. Can you see that one? Okay, you can see that one. Can you see? No, you can't see that one. There. Before I was in the military, I was in the veterinary field for the better part of a decade, and even in the military, and even out of it, like I have been clawed, bitten, scratched. I've been in car accidents. I've been flung off roofs, and a lot of horrible injuries. But me being called 45 really hurt. I did not feel good about that one. That's like shot to the liver. Baseball reference. Dying. Spaceballs. Yes. May the Schwartz be with you. Dude, I love Spaceballs. Right? It's so good. Anyway, let's continue. Okay. Spaceball 45. I know that didn't feel that really okay. But now I am dieting pretty hardcore, and I think that over the next, I think by Comic-Con, I maybe I'll be mistaken for my age again. I don't know, because I've been a little chunky. Bro, Sleepin's got great genes. I don't know how he does it. He's got the good genes. He's like freaking Sydney Sweeney, right? She's got great genes. Bro, that is wild. How people, oh gosh. Yeah. I can't. Okay. Okay. That is wild how people got upset at Sydney Sweeney for being in a Gene commercial. Anyway, I'll always love Sydney Sweeney. 1963 SW says 3 sales of the Secret Rare Spider-Man Noir today. Floor has risen from 3,600 to 4,900. And the dude has like 8 of them. Dude's got a bunch. Oh no, does he not have that? And they're needed to complete the Mighty set. He's got a bunch, I think. I don't know how many. Or maybe I'm tripping. Anywho, we have a bunch of OMI burns that have been going on. Oh, sorry, Allie, I forgot about you. Sorry. Oh, sorry. Oh God. Bad times. I mean, good times, but bad times. I keep forgetting about stuff. Cookies. Sorry. Someone sent me a pic. I feel like I've been dieting, and I look better the other day than I do now. I look fatter now. Okay, I'm just never gonna eat again. I'll do another 3-day fast. I don't freaking know. Metaplanet has bought 136 Bitcoin for 15.2 million. Now holds 20,136 Bitcoin, worth $2 billion. God damn. Yeah, we got to do this as well. Hey, SpongeBob, you know what's funnier than 24? Oh, wait. Hey, SpongeBob, you know what's funnier than 24? Lay it on me. 25. That's all I could think about when you were talking about looking 45. That is one of my favorite, what do you call it? That is one of my favorite skits because they're in boating school, and SpongeBob keeps saying like, "I'm a good noodle. I'm a good noodle." But yes, that was a good one, Booth. You got me. Hit me with that unexpected heat. Oh, I gotta try that. Give me one sec. Someone sent me a message. Didn't follow me though, which is weird, but oh no, he did. Okay. Howdy. Haha, yes, I did. How did he know that I had the Russian Ukraine girlfriend? Yep. Currently dating Ukraine. Oh, God bless this guy. This guy's good times. Anyway, co-founder. Okay, we're live stream. Okay. Oh, very good. This sounds interesting. Farcaster wallet and get tips base. Oh, okay, this would be cool. Can we set up a time to talk this week? Do a video message. All right, very good. NASDAQ files the SEC to allow tokenization and blockchain listing of stocks. I happen to feel that this might have something to do with DEVVE, because again, everything that they were saying before seemed to pair with DEVVE. That's what they do. I don't know anyone else is doing that. Tom Lee says Bitcoin can hit 200K in the next 4 months. Agreed. Major events this week. Tuesday, September 9th is the U.S. non-farm payrolls annual revision. Wednesday, September 10th is the U.S. PPI, was the producer price index. Thursday, September 11th is the CPI, which is the consumer price index. Bookmark this post and turn on notifications for real-time updates. That is from Ash Crypto Real. HSBC and ICBC, the world's largest bank by assets, plans to apply for stablecoin licenses in Hong Kong. Massive crypto. Forward Industries unveils 1.65 billion in cash and stablecoins to launch a Solana treasury. MicroStrategy misses out on the S&P 500 index inclusion in latest rebalancing. Shame. Global corporate Bitcoin holdings has crossed 1 million Bitcoin for the first time ever. Forward Industries announces, okay, I just read that. Strategy has acquired 1,955 Bitcoin for 217 million at 111,196 per Bitcoin. NASDAQ seeks rule change with SEC to trade tokenized stocks. Crypto asset manager CoinShares to go public in US via SPAC deal. Bitmine's crypto and cash holdings exceed 9.2 billion, including 2 million ETH tokens. Digital asset investment products shed $352 million last week, with trading volume down 27% through year-to-date. Inflows remain strong at $35.2 billion. Ethereum sex's spot volume surpassed Bitcoin for the first time in the last 5 years. Read that. Supreme Court rules President Trump can't fire the FTC commissioner. This guy's so okay. This is what This guy's so masked. Has purchased another secret rare Miles Morales for $7,550, and he has 16 of them. God, mother of God. The U.S. House Committee on Financial Services calls for Senate to pass crypto clarity market structure bill. Let's go. Tether added more Bitcoin to its reserves in the last 12 months than all 3 ETFs, while also contributing to XXI, the third largest Bitcoin treasury company behind Strategy and Mara. Thanks to Farside UK for the ETF data. Checking. 12 trillion US bank to launch Bitcoin and crypto custody services. That is US Bank. Chaos. Sorry. Got a message. Great. Ledger CTO warns of large-scale crypto hack. Yep. That's hysterical. Also hysterical. Read that. Ecomi says, with over 7.8 million points earned, which means 7.8 million OMI burn, the inaugural week of leaderboard rewards has officially come to a close, and it was a photo finish to crown the winner. With over 500,000 points, please congratulate JPG Morgan as the first leaderboard champion. Users in the top 25 should receive their OMI reward bonus within 24 hours. Note, the Stacker World team is currently updating the leaderboard UI to display the 2-week leaderboard. Any purchases made on the marketplace are earning leaderboard points and will be reflected on both the week 2 and overall monthly leaderboard. Standard Chartered predicts the U.S. Fed will cut rates by 50 basis points this month. That's from Reuters. Standard Chartered predicts that the U.S. Fed will cut rates by 50 basis points. That'd be insane. SEC to host public crypto roundtable on October 17th. Ooh, cookies. Congressman Randy Fine says, I'm going to introduce legislation to hold judges accountable when violent repeat offenders they release commit new crimes. I think that's a great idea. He says, it's easy to release criminals when you're protected by an armed bailiff at all times, but the rest of us aren't so lucky. That's why you need to open carry, girl. Those 12 judges that released Carlos Brown Jr., the one that killed that Ukrainian girl, should have their day in court too. I agree. Unfortunately, that is just something that has already been ruled on multiple times and just probably not going to happen. Wi-Fi, very good. Okay, 4 months. Guy in the DEVVE chat says, any price below $5 is cheap. People will only realize this once we blow past $50 next year. Could be next year, a year from now. It could be next year, 4 months from now. No idea. Bro, that chocolate Oreo shake from Baskin Robbins, 2,600 calories. I got it right here. I have the facts right here, not the actual shake. 135 grams of fat, 333 grams of carbs, 263 grams of sugar, and 38 grams of protein. Wild. Oh, that's good. All right, everyone. That's going to be. We're gonna go to X here real quick. And on the X, we're just going to take a look at what some. Oh, Jin. It's a whitelist for Hollywood now, only via Star Dogs and Darcy Donovan. Set a reminder for Jin's space tomorrow at 6 p.m. Oh, I have another space at 6, but maybe I can go to her at 7. Okay, maybe we can go at 6:30. Yeah, 7 p.m. Okay. Awesome. I do have something else to do. Maybe if I can come on like 6:45. Would I be able to come on around 6:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time? I should be done with the other thing at that point. Would love to. Because love Jin. Jin's great. Anyway, let's go back to crypto Twitter here for a little bit and see what people are saying. Cointelegraph says, just in, Congress introduces a new bill requiring the Treasury to study establishing a strategic Bitcoin reserve and U.S. digital asset stockpile, including feasibility assessment and custody framework for federal digital assets. Epstein files, birthday note from Bill Elkus recalls Iowa 88 from 1988. In a birthday letter, Bill Elkus recounts Jeffrey Epstein's 1988 visit to Fairfield, Iowa. That is insane. What is Billy Goattails? I don't know what this is. I guess Billy Goattails is new crypto. Interesting. Oh, Jesus. I'm not. Oh, my God. That's horrible. Emoji is live with at the Oasis space right now. Tommy B says, just threw 100 large into hype on this breakout. Would have been better to put in at $35, not $51, but hype token, HYPE. Okay, let me see what this hype token is doing. 100K is a lot. So let's see if this has any. Oh, it's Hyperliquid? The number 16 token? No, I'm not doing that. No way. It's already like not too big. It's already big enough. It's not going to do a crazy multiple. It could still do a multiple, right? But not on the amounts that I'm talking about here. It's also a Star Wars reference. Queen's Wardrobe maybe, but not on the amounts you're talking about. Lawlessness. Yep, Law and Order. Okay, Schellenberg. Okay, that's cool. I'm looking for more crypto stuff. Matt B is talking about Buckazoids. Love them. Ash Crypto Real says his 2025 price predictions. Bitcoin is 150 to 200. ETH is 7,500 to 12K. I can agree with those. Doge $1 to $2. I think Doge can reach $1. Cardano $3 to $5. Where's Cardano now? Where's the ADA? Oh, okay, $3 for like a 2.5x there. Actually, no, that's like a 3.5. That's like almost a 4x there for Cardano. Which okay, all right. Link, he believes will be at $60. That's another 3x. Okay. What does he think BNB will be? Because BNB is at 873 now. Yeah, I think BNB can double, right? Make it like almost $250 billion. That's a lot. Asian Dan says you are demented. Damn. Like which one? Oh, World Liberty Financial. What does he have that at? I'm actually trying to find. All right, World Liberty Financial is currently at 21 cents. He thinks it'll be at 50 to 80. I think. I don't know. Gonna blow off top. You don't think these prices are realistic? Or do you think we have the blow off top next year? Would make sense if this is next year, if we continue to trade sideways rest of this year. Maybe Asian Dan thinks the blow off top already happened. Yeah, good. Okay, anyway, we've been at 90 minutes here. Let's get going. Let's get this bread. All right, everyone, please say bye-bye to Dashi. Bye-bye, Dashi. I love you all. Class dismissed. What should we do for an outro song? We mentioned Bayside before, right? Okay, 666. Who the fuck is Queen of the Stone Age? All right, Bayside lyrics, Queen of the Stone Age. I don't know. Okay. Memory serves me correct. I gave you all, you gave me less. Your sexcapades deliver checks, but can't afford you self-respect. All right, I love you guys. I love you.